Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Akram bin Abdul Rahim. My number metric is 2215853.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Imam Bashir bin Aminuddin. Nama metrik 2213133.
And my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Abdul Rahman with metric number 2212465.
I'm Muhammad Saifullah bin Muhammad Zuki, my metric number 2017875. So today I will be the photographer.
In this video, we're going to teach you some basic skills about photography in a sport settings. And for the first one in this video, we're going to teach you how to hold a DSLR camera, in which the camera is quite heavy and might be new for someone who's joining into professional photography. And for the second one, we're going to teach you about three basic skills, three basic elements in photography, in which ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. And last but not least, we're going to teach you about the composition of the picture, in which where the subject is placed in the frame. For the first one, which is landscape mode, use your left hand to support the lens of the camera and right hand firmly on the body of the camera. And for the second one, which is portrait mode, hold the camera vertically and your right hand should be gripping the bigger side of the camera. And there's a grip on the camera, just follow the grip on the camera and rest your fingers on that. These are the settings that you will see on the camera. This is the shutter speed. And next is the aperture. And last but not least is the ISO of the camera. Okay, to make things clearer, I will brief you about three basic elements of photography. And right after each one of the elements, we'll show you the example of a decent photo and badly taken photos using these three elements. Okay, for the first one, which is ISO, you can adjust the value according to your subject and your background. For example, in the video, we did an outdoor photography in which the lighting from the sunlight itself is adequate enough, and low ISO gives the best quality, as the lower value means the camera is the light that reach the camera is sufficient enough for the photo to be bright and perfect. And if you are more keen into astrophotography or night photography, you should opt for higher ISO, as it will increase the sensitivity of the cameras and captures all the possible light outside of the camera. Okay, next for the aperture, this element is used to create bokeh effect on your picture, and most and frequently used in a portrait picture. And for example, if you want to take a landscape picture, you should use higher value of aperture, as it will capture all the subject inside the camera, in which includes the background and the person. And there are no blurry effect between the person and the background. But if you are doing some portrait photography, you should use lower value of aperture, as it will create the bokeh effect between the subject and the background and will add more aesthetic value to the picture itself. And last but not least, for the shutter speed, okay, this function is used especially in a light painting or sport photography. If you are doing a sport photography, you want to capture as much frames as possible in a second, in which for the first setting, which is 1/500 shutter speed, the higher the shutter speed, the higher the frame it captures in a second, and you can capture
the faster motion, which such as a runner running on a track or a footballer running on the field. And for lower shutter speed, you can use it for light painting, as it will capture the light in a very slow manner, that you can actually decorate the light on the picture how you want it to be. Okay, for the composition, these three will be introduced, which is framing, leading line, and rule of third. All of these three compositions can be utilized in your pictures and will be explained further in the video. For this technique, which is framing, subject is being put in the frame, which is in the picture is a stair, and this technique is used to draw focus on subject by blocking it with other parts of the image with something in the scene, which is in the picture it is a stair. For the second technique, which is leading lines are lines in photograph that are used to frame and position the subject to direct the viewer's attention to the point of focus, which is the subject itself, which is in this picture. The railing of the way which is in the color of green are used as a line to direct the viewer to the subject, which is the people standing in the picture. Okay, last technique for composition is rule of third. Rule of third is the composition guideline that places the subject in the right third of the image, and the image is divided by the grid by 3 to 3 grid, and these techniques often leads to compelling and well composed shots, and often also used in cinematography and videography.